Kailan ang birthday mo?
November 21 po.
Oh my God!
Mga kapuso, uuwi na po ako.
Naka-face mask pa rin.
Pakita natin yung picture ni Mister. Ayan, picture.
Ito ang mga reporters na nakakaaliw panoorin sa mundo ng live broadcasting. Wala naman talagang perfect mula sa epic ad-libs
Nakita natin yung pagdagsari ng mga tae.
hanggang sa viral bloopers.
Meron pong mga taong tinatawag ko ako.
Hi, ako nga pala si Kuya Sam. At sa bidyong ito, kilalanin natin ang top 10 most powerful funny reporters in the Philippines. Number 10, The Giga Master. Ang hindi mapigilang pagtawa ni Barbie Mulak.
Dumating na sa Pilipinas ang dating NBA player na si Bol na nakatakdang maglaro sa TNT Tropang 5G para sa PBA Season 50 Commissioner's Cup ngayong Marso. Ipinost ng TNT ang pagdating ng 7'3" big man nitong Huwebes at personal na winelcome ni team manager Jojo Lastimosa ang kanyang bagong import. Ayan. Ang PBA ang susunod na hamon ni Bol pagkatapos ang stint sa NBA kung saan naglaro siya sa Denver Nuggets, Orlando Magic at Phoenix Suns. Matapos madraft ng Miami Heat taong 2019.
Number 9, The Laugh Bringer. Wala siyang ibang ginawa kundi ang tumawa lang ng tumawa.
Iniwan daw kasi siya ng kanyang Mister dahil sa mga utang. Pakita natin yung picture ni Mister. Okay? Ayan, picture.
Gago!
Okay. So, maganda.
Pumunta ang nanay ko doon na nag-request lang sa'yo ng hotdog. Tapos sabi nanay ko, hotdog, ang pinili mo potlong. Tapos nagreklamo nanay ko, nagalit ka. Sabi mo, arte-arte ng nanay ko.
Ba't kasi putli ko miniliwan niya?
Hindi sir, kasi sinusubukan po ko ng mama niya. Parang ginagawa po akong tanga.
Oo, kasi parang tanga ka na talaga noon. Hotdog, potlong binili mo. Tingnan ka naging tanga.
Yung bibig po ng bata, maliit. Maliit po.
Opo.
Sa inyo po, ano sa tingin nyo?
Yung sa bata, maliit. Kutsara lang yung ginagamit. Yung sa akin, ipala. Bakit niya sinasabi yung sa akin?
Nagsabunutan po kami. Hindi ko po si masabunutan. Dahil wala po siyang buhok. Yung damit na lang po. Damit na lang po kasi nahawakan ko.
Okay, where's your dad now?
Nasa America, sir.
No, speak in English.
I graduate university, sir.
What's the course?
Picture university, sir.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I have, sir.
Okay. How about a wife?
No, I have, sir.
Huwag mo ko tawanan. Never mind that.
Kaya siya magsalita.
Hindi, nagsorry na siya, sir.
Tanga, sorry na nga eh. Tanga ka.
Number 8, The Birthday Shocker. Nagugulat siya kapag magkaparehas kayo ng birthday.
Kailan ang birthday mo?
November 21 po.
Oh my God! Kailan ang birthday mo?
November 21 po.
Oh my God! Your birthday ko yon.
Birthday ko,
Oh my God! Birthday mo November 21?
Birthday ko po yun. Birthday namin dalawa yun.
Hindi ko alam yun na. Wait, hindi ko alam yun. Magka-birthday kami, Scorpio.
Scorpio.
It means magka-ugali
Oh,
tayo.
yes! Dahil birthday niyo po nun, kayo maghahanda sa akin.
Dear, set in stone. Pag nag-birthday tayong dalawa, ako magpapaparty.
You are
Yes, set yan ha. Tandaan mo yan, Sherwin ha. But before we drop this, no, I just wanted to ask you, sa mga debate ngayon, tinatanong, palagay niyo ba kailangan ng college degree para sa isang senador? College degree para sa isang pangulo? Sang-ayon ka ba doon, Manny?
Sa akin is, sang-ayon naman ako doon.
Pero kung ganun, baka hindi ka na mag-qualify.
Hindi, nag-aaral naman ako.
Hindi, college degree eh.
Yes, nag-aaral ako.
May degree ka na.
Yes, nag-aaral ako.
Number 7, Supermind. The one and only, ang investigador ng bayan.
Mga kapuso, uuwi na po ako. Kung may alam kayong katiwalian o reklamo, ipaalam ninyo sa sumbungan ng sumbungan ng bayan. Narito po ang aming hotline. Mga kapusong, inyo pong napapanood ay ang pagboto ni Senador Francis Pangilinan na isa sa mga kandidato para sa pagka-vice presidente ng Pilipinas. At tulad po ng naiulat namin kanina, kasama nyo pong dumating dyan sa presintong yan ang kanyang may bahay na si Miss Helen Gamboa. Gago! Kung may lagnat ang mga pasahero pumasok sa bansa, lalo na yung mga galing sa China, kung saan galing yung bagong strain o uri. Excuse me po. Hindi po yung coronavirus. Ng coronavirus.
Sir
Sa mga...
Miss Vicky! Ivan!
Oh,
Hindi na kailangan ng face shield.
ang sarap mo, Pia. Ang sarap mo, Pia. Ang sarap mo, Pia. Ang sarap mo, Pia. What? What the fuck? Ang mga nakuwang mga armas, katawat-tawa raw. Kaya katawat-tawa raw ang mga nakuwang mga armas.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Number 6, Superman Tani.
Mang Tani, so hanggang kailan ba tatagal itong mga pag-ulan natin? Matagal-tagal na rin, Mang Tani. May mga naninimaho na ng mga damit.
Yes, Josie. Josie tuloy. Yes, June.
Okay.
June, yung ating wind map, makikita natin yung tuloy-tuloy na paglakas ng hangin habagat. At ito ay dahil doon sa bagyong Josie. At hindi lang ngayong weekend, kung hindi maaring Lunes hanggang Martes, tuloy-tuloy itong paglakas ng hangin habagat. Kaya mga kapuso, hindi lamang po ngayong weekend makakaranas ng mga pagulan, kung hindi maging sa mga susunod pang 2 hanggang 3 araw, June.
Mang Tani, sige, maraming salamat sa iyo. Baka kung ano pa matawag mo sa akin, maraming salamat.
Number 5, Doris Bigornia, aka The Disaster Queen.
Para madali. Yes, you are from...
ABS-CBN po, si Doris Bigornia po.
Akala ko sa Lebanon.
Oh my God! Wow!
Maraming maganda sa Lebanon. Doris Bigornia.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
So weird.
Anong iyo, ma'am?
Good afternoon, Mr.
Doris muna.
First question, Christina Mendez of Philippine Star.
Ikaw na. Ikaw ang gusto kong patayin.
paruhinog muna tayo.
Oh.
Aquino. Okay.
Ikaw, ma'am.
Sir.
Ina.
Sir, kailan ho ulit may matutumba na mayor?
So weird.
Sir, kailan ho ulit may matutumba na mayor?
Depende na lang sa intriga mo kung saan ang mas marami.
Suntukan na lang.
Manang, ikaw naman, ano ang iyong palagay doon sa sinabi ni Pangulo?
Hindi naman po namin talaga naintindihan yung sinasabi niya. Puro sila, lahat. Bakit kami mahirap hindi nila tulungan? Yun lang po.
Kuyang Ted, hindi ko na balahin si Manang kasi mukhang namumuro na siya doon sa kanyang bingo. Ito naman ate, ikaw, ano ang naging reaction mo nung narinig mo yung kanyang talumpati?
Sa totoo lang po, wala po akong naintindihan sa mga sinabi niya. Kung ano po yung tungkol sa DAP.
So ang pinaka-isang reaction mo lang, ano?
Wala po kami maintindihan. Boom!
Sige, ulit. Huwag kabahan, sige. Ano reaction mo?
Boom panis po!
Ang galing, ang galing.
Number 4, Mac Ortiz, aka The Multitasking.
Si News 5 cameraman, si Mac Ortiz. Mac, kumusta kayo dyan? Meron pa bang baha?
Sa ngayon, andito tayo ngayon sa Legazpi City. Medyo mahangin pero wala nang ulan, wala na rin baha. Pero maintain pa rin yung red alert status ng probinsya. Continuous pa rin yung monitoring ng response team. Hindi bababa sa 30 barangays yung binaha. At sa ngayon, tumaas sa 77,000 families ang nag-evacuate or may more or less total na 257,000 individuals. And as of the latest, No casualty pa rin dito sa Albay. Bok.
Okay. Mac, masyado kang formal eh. Kwentuhan mo lang ako. Okay. Pala, lumakad-lakad ka lang dyan. Kwentuhan mo kung
First
nakikita
time,
mo.
first time.
Oh, okay lang yan. Okay. Kwentuhan mo kung nakikita mo dyan. Ano naranasan nyo kanina? Kamusta na ngayon? Ganun lang. Sige, para tayo naginuman.
Okay. Kanina kasi, Bok, galing kami dito sa Legazpi. Tumumbo kami papuntang First District kung saan yung mas...
Teka, Mac, just to be clear, at this point, sa puntong ito, wala pa kayo nababalitaan na casualties dyan sa Albay? Ganun ba? At least at this point, sa puntong ito.
Maraming salamat no, sa report mo. Siyempre, ito yung ating multi-talented DOP cameraman na kayang gawin lahat.
First time pa lang yan nag-live.
Kinakabahan pa ng konti, pero hindi talaga ganyan yan.
May mga kumakaway sa likod mo kanina eh. So, yung mga tao palakad-lakad sa likod mo. Walang problema yan. Sige.
Kasama namin sa West Philippine Sea at malakas ang loob nito si Mac Ortiz. Mabuhay ka, Mac. At na-excite kami sa susunod mo pang mga report.
Number 3, Jem Abansenya, aka The Screamer.
Man ang katatakutan ngayong Halloween, swak sa inyo ang isang mansyon na ginawang horror house sa Cogon, Cebu.
Bawat parte ng bahay siguradong mapapasigaw ka sa horror characters na sasalubong sa inyo. Abay silipin natin sa pag-aksyon ni Jem Abansenya.
Taong 1894 nang itayo ang malamansyong bahay na ito sa Cogon Ramos, Cebu City. Pagmamayari ito ng isang prominenteng pamilya sa syudad, pero matagal na itong inabandona. Kaya naman naisipan ng isang magbabarkada sa Cebu na gawin itong isang horror house. Sinubukan naming pumasok at agad kaming sinalubong ng horror character na Black Lady. Pagpasok naman ng prayer room, makikita ang White Lady. Sa kusina, nakaabang si The Bride That Got Away. Mapapasigaw ka rin sa loob ng kwarto ni Lolo. Ngayon naman mga kapatid ay pasukin natin itong kanilang baby's room. Dito raw makikita yung ilan nga sa mga drawing nung kanilang baby, maging ang kanilang mga laruan! Mga laruan!
Gago! I will never forget the pain that Yahiko suffered. And now, this world shall know pain. Almighty push!
And the top 10 most powerful TV reporter in the Philippines, Pia Ranyada, aka Press Freedom Fighter.
Okay, sir. Sir, earlier in your speech, you said that the issue on the SEC ruling against Rappler is not an issue of press freedom. But at the same time, during your speech, you were giving comments about the media and about Rappler and Inquirer na sumusobra na kami. So what does that mean, sir? You say that this is not an attack on media, but you also have attacks on media in your own speech.
Let me give you an example. Huwag na tayong lumayo. Your inquisitive mind goes beyond its normal proportions. Bong, ayun na. You know, I just... tingnan ninyo yung a daily dose of your medicine. Bongo intervenes in the 15 billion. Who gave you idea he can intervene? Where is his signature? Where is your statement? And where is your even a point of reference? Dumadata, ang dami talaga sa akin. But look at, alam mo hindi ako mag-ibang pero bilyonaryo to. Sa totoo lang. Tingnan mo yung headline mo. Is that really a work of a sensible person? What do you know about also the vote that Bongo has to intervene?
Sir, as far as we're concerned, we've already addressed the issue of fairness on that article. Can you just answer, please, the question?
I am now explaining even with your article. Find a way na masabi ka nagtotoo, nag-intervene kami. I'll give it to you. And if you can find, I will ask Bong to resign tomorrow. Work on it tonight. Let me know tomorrow and I will fire him. If he did intervene, even for one word. Kasi kayo, tingnan ninyo yung mga article ninyo. Maligaya kayo yung gawain nyo sa kapwa-tao ninyo yan araw-araw. Just because you have the power of, press freedom, the issue here is not press freedom. The way your masters, the elite, yung may-ari niyan, and you are not even constitutionally allowed to go into the media.
Sir, the decision by the OES that we can cover Malacanang, how does this affect the order earlier barring me from covering Malacanang
I
events?
do not know about the order barring you. I have to clarify that the executive secretary just issued a verbal statement that pending appeal, you will be able to cover here in Malacanang. And having said that, the worst case scenario, even if you're barred, is you can cover the press briefings because we're televised live.
So I can cover the press briefings but not any events in Malacanang Palace. What's the basis for this order?
As far as I know, and don't get this wrong again, you are still allowed until the appeal is resolved by the Court of Appeals.
But earlier,
If
sir,
it is sustained, then you will have to move to FOCAP, which is the media group for foreign correspondence, because the decision of the SEC is that you are foreign controlled. But while the appeal is pending, you're welcome to cover Malacanang, unless, of course, there's disorderly behavior.
so sir, because I was just told earlier before entering NEB that I can only cover NEB events but not Malacanang events, meaning I can cover the president's
I see.
speeches.
I do not know about that, but all I know is that when the executive secretary was asked, we will continue to allow you to cover in the Malacanang press corps pending your appeal.
Does that mean that that order from the PSG no longer stands?
I do not know because I'm telling you that's what the executive secretary said yesterday.
But
So just inform them that you have a pending appeal and you're not yet a member of FOCAP.
will the OES inform the PSG of this?
I do not know. Maybe you should make representations for the OES to inform the PSG.
But it's an OES order that I can cover, so wouldn't
I
they
don't
want to
think so.
enforce that decision?
I do not think so. The executive secretary yesterday clarified that pending appeal, you can cover.
May we just know more about this order to the PSG? Who issued it?
I suggest you ask for yourself because
we did, sir,
I
and they
went
did not want
downstairs
to
to pick you
respond.
up in case there's a misunderstanding that I will not allow you to cover my press briefing. I went downstairs to pick you up to assure you that for now you can cover my press briefings. But that's the extent of what I can do as spokesperson. At least I can influence who will cover my press briefings, and you're still welcome to cover my press briefings.
Sir, can you find out, sir, who ordered the
I
the
do
PSG?
not know. I think that's asking too much already. No? I was willing to pick you up downstairs to bring you here in case you were not allowed. I will probably pick you up from the gate in time for press coverage, press briefings if you are barred. But that's the full extent of what I can do because I only am able to control this press briefing.
What do you think this PSG order says about Malacanang's commitment to press freedom?
There's no denial of press freedom. We're televised.
I'm just being barred from covering Malacanang events.
No, you're not being barred because
On no basis.
You're number one. You're here asking questions.
But I cannot enter Malacanang to cover the president's events later.
Well, I do not know about that. That's absolute presidential security guard or security group discretion. But I do not know
Am I a
that there is
security
such an
threat?
order.
Am I a security threat?
I do not know. What I'm telling you is I do not know about the orders that PSG may have given because I'm not connected with PSG. All I am confirming is you're welcome to cover my press briefings.
Would it be the policy of Malacanang to bar reporters who publish unsavory reports from Malacanang?
No, I don't think the issue is unsavory reporting. The issue is fake news. And pending legislation on who will be penalized for fake news, please understand that you're dealing with institutions that want also to promote the truth.
One last question, Pia. Sir, the Senate hearing just confirmed all of our documents, the authenticity of our documents, and yet Malacanang calls it fake news. And Bongo himself said in his opening statement that his office endorsed the complaint to DND, and yet you call it fake news. May we know if it's the policy of this administration to call every single report it finds negative, despite vetted documents, as fake news?
Well, we still maintain it's fake news because witnesses already clarified under oath that Bongo did not intervene at any time, and that was your conclusion in this press briefing.
But sir, they also confirmed that the authenticity of documents which showed his involvement.
There is no involvement there.
There is,
Okay,
sir,
the
his
explanation.
office- his
No,
office-
it's okay.
His office
I'm not here
is
to argue,
implicated.
but I'm here to give you the palace position. You can argue all you want, but the documents prove that there was a complaint. It was referred for attention by the PMS, and that's the full extent of what you claim to be intervention. Your question to me was, what do you do about the policy of a secretary intervening in favor of a contract?
Yes,
That
sir,
was
because
it.
it was
Your
a-
intervention contemplates favoring one company over another. But it was very clear in the palace hearing that there was a complaint. It was referred to the line agency because that is what we do. That's not intervention to favor a company.
So sir, back to my question. Will it be
Your
the policy
question
of
is,
Malacanang?
you make conclusions without facts. I'm
No.
sorry.
No, sir.
You are resorting to editorializing stories when in the first place you should be sticking it out to facts. What did former Fork Mercado said? At no point did SAPGO intervene in the contract. And yet, you're still insisting that there was intervention on the basis of documents. The document did not emanate from Bongo. Even the note says it did not emanate from Bongo.
But sir, the documents confirm that his office arranged the meeting.
The document confirmed that they acted upon a complaint. Do you want? Wait a minute. Do you really want government to ignore official communication sent to it? Yes or no? My time to ask the questions. Did you want government to ignore that document?
We're only trying to report the
that's
fact of
it.
the intervention.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're already editorializing. You're already making a judgment that we were, or at least that SAPGO was intervening on behalf of a company. It was clear from the testimony. There was this communication which had to be referred, and you already call that intervention. You know, your story failed when the most interested party in this controversy, former Fork Mercado, belied your claim of intervention. That's why Malacanang said fake news. And we leave it to the people to judge who was telling the truth.
Next
Let's leave
question.
that point already. because
Rose
I can
Novenario
argue
of
till
Hataw.
Kingdom Come, and we would still have the same conclusion, fake news from Rappler.